There is a tree in the room right now. They eat big people. The disgraced fighter, Kyo martial arts back to the news.
Just like that, Dan Hachoho ate meat,
Turned into nutrients for it.
He had a grim face pointing to the letter on the ground.
The cold voice questioned, "Who can tell us? How do we deal with this now?" In the hall. You're all characters.
High power of the most heavenly.
No one dared to speak up.
They're all silent like stone statues.
One of the old men took courage. Said the great elder.
The Celestial Trade Association.
That's too much. We just let the corn go. Lin Ni Nail married. It's convenient to check their situation a little bit, and yet they destroy the whole thing. The company clearly knows that the company is a force. It belongs to us. This act is contempt. The most heavenly trade association.
According to subordinates,
we should use the right thunder tricks,
lightning that they use with the mercantile.
Quickly destroy the business world.
Take back the honor of the highest heaven of our association. I've never seen a fight before. Loudly shout to destroy the Natural Resources Trade Association.
Your mind is finally filled with hate or Sao. One of the 7 big ones. It can be easily destroyed.
Have you ever thought about the consequences? Then 5 Kia trade unions will react to Rasao yet.
Before you open your mouth, brainstorm. The old man was scolded to the green. Your face is too thin to argue a word. I finished with a little anger.
Calm down a little and then keep talking. Haven't you on business association?
You have to teach a lesson.
Otherwise, they will not know their fate.
But we have to investigate 2 things. The first is long.
And what deal did they finally make?
This must be investigated.
Monday, Team 5 Kim Feng Shui bearing of the Celestial
How
Trade
many people did it
Association
end
up attracting?
If it's full force,
I'm afraid we're hard to deal with.
You need to transmit the message
Assemble the Gao around for reinforcements, this time at any cost. You have to kick them out of place.
7 great trade men, the Jadens. She glanced at
looking
her
at
eyes.
A woman, white shirt in the crowd. The sharp tone immediately calmed down to the Jade.
Do you have any opinion?
And Gokwaya's salary softly moved in response. Do everything according to the order of the elders. I'm just curious this time. They're going to send AI to the field in a duel. That's right, 6-year-olds. This is also an important issue. It needs to be calculated carefully. Let's make this the focus of our investigation. It is best before martial arts. You can ruin this. Avoid the after effects later. Gently give you the money. Softly replied that there was no need to do redundant things. Laughing, I know you are confident. But your energy must be focused. Dealing with the undead. On the part of the useless Kia business community, it can be reduced a bit. That's good. I will continue to do so for a long time. I will be alone. To a trip. You should focus all your efforts on investigating clearly. Ready at any time. Come with me to heaven. Teach your son a stupid head. She waved her hand and ordered everyone to disperse quickly. As soon as the trade war is destroyed, all Gao players immediately captured by the Celestial Trade Association. At the same time that night, 27 trade unions depend on the Heaven Trade
received
Union.
An invitation letter
sent by Lin Ni himself to invite to the party. The party is pretty simple. The living room is not spacious. All the people present are talking, with a very tense face. Sometimes peek up at the top, where Lin Ni is sitting. The child is still silent. Her face showed no emotion. Doesn't seem to care about anything. She drank all her tea for a while. The new spirit child spoke up. Her eyes stopped on me. Li sits on the left. Say so less. There are 8 more houses. They certainly won't come. Nail Lin Ni's soft voice. Thank you for your warm support. And this time, I invite everyone. They want to unite the forces. Let's work together. Deal with the coming chaos. To avoid dispersed forces, we want to expand the range. General Department of Natural Resources and Trade Association. Like that, we can support each other at any time. I don't know what you mean. This is a fake. Let me take the risk of asking a question. Nail lady, are you planning to do something big? Today, the trade war is causing a stir everywhere. I don't know if there's something behind it or not. Lin Ni Nails calmly smiled. Answer, big action is really thinking a little bit. What about the trade show? It's just that they sow the wind and reap the storm. I had the courage to go to the top of our universe. It ends up being destroyed quickly. It's inevitable. She just finished. Li Vandao applauded softly. Immediately the airflow is extremely powerful. Suddenly in the hall, the whole space is under tremendous pressure. It's hard for people to bear. More and more heavy. This is while people are horrified. More than 10 lights are coming. Quickly show the body. They're all fake, scary potentials. In particular, the 3 leaders all have the Emperor. The atmosphere radiates more and more horrifying people's hearts. More than 10 fighters behind. Even the lowest level of cultivation reaches the peak of Wuhuan. Just walked in. He bowed in front of Lin Ni. Say the same, Bo. La Song prayer wholeheartedly. Join the Celestial Trade Association. Swear to serve God's people. Everyone in the hall was stunned. Especially when you see absolute loyalty on the face of 3 kings. The more intense the commotion inside, it's not easy to defeat an emperor. Getting them is as hard as going to heaven. And in a short time, it can cause many false positives. Consent to such consent, it's really unimaginable. After overcoming the initial terror, everyone's face turned to inexpressible joy. I am happy to say that you are suffering. Can put an end to evil. Choose the cause I really feel very happy. Li Yunxi laughed and said, You have such loyalty. That would make the lady very happy. I'd like to ask you for a hard trip. Let's send Miss Ding's regards. 9 business associations can't come to the party today. Oh, there's more like that. The Emperor Wu's face immediately appeared violently intent. Cold for an hour. They don't know good or bad. And the lady is safe. We'll be right back. Lin Ni said softly. Later we are all one family. Come and sit down. Fu that Kia respectfully replied, guilty body. We can't just stand there like this. Li Yunxi said indifferently, if the lady had been so compassionate, then it's enough to deal with the ringleader. And the others keep getting 10 a little bit. Give them one more chance to rebuild their lives. Better than 10 fake powers, Kia without hesitation. Get the list and turn around. Into streams of light soaring up into the sky. Dispersion out for directions, 8 directions. People from 19 companies are sitting. Everyone is stunned. In the midst of the shock. Completely unable to adapt to the hegemony. The present of nature. Trade association versus weak image. So, always have to avoid like before. It's really different. A heaven and a field. Then Li Yunxi calmly spoke up. This can't be delayed any longer. You immediately start moving into the area. Forbidden land of the heavens. The association goes 1. I'll have you immediately double the area. We just need to work together. Absolutely loyal, no matter how the situation changes. As long as we're in front of it. Surely no AI will be able to stand in the way. These words, it makes the whole world go crazy. Stand up immediately, copper bar loud. Let's follow the lady to the end. Absolutely no change of heart. People rush to report then hurry back and prepare to move. Soon after, there were only 3 people left. Nail Lin Ni, then Pepper and mucous membrane piercing. As soon as they all leave, the cold noble face of Din Lin Ni immediately dissolves. Instead, it's a rare tenderness. It's like 2 completely different people. She was a little suspicious. How had the Kia fighters been trained? Just for a short time, it's made it so easy to use. At first, we were worried about leaving the cataclysm behind, but just look at their behavior. The lake is extremely loyal. The 6 reasons for laughing are very simple. I just arbitrarily lowered a little ban on people. If there's no special way, we're going to get rid of it. Within 3 days, the soul will break down and become broken. They dare not be loyal. The child's head just smiled slightly at this moment. That's what Ra is. Even though Sao is also destroying the military empire to deal with some of the usual fake powers. It's a small thing, of course. Now I'm only worried about one thing. If you come to the door of Goddess forgiveness, you have to deal with it. She dropped a little sad and continued. I passed the news to my father. But so far I haven't heard back. Li Yunxi softly frowned thoughtfully. What is Sun finally calculating? We haven't talked about it yet. But what about the best? Go to the door and cause trouble. There's no need to worry. Until then, Of course, someone will come out and deal with it for us. I like it a little bit for you guys. Confused by the author, he called the father of Din Lin Ni Din. Actually, his name is Dingshan. The child asked curiously, who will take our place? Is it possible that the law of the universe? Li laughed and shook his head. Gaze towards the headquarters of the distant quadrangle. Slowly pop out to letters center line. This time at the quad. A young man. I am seriously listening to the report. The face never ceases to look cute. It seems like every blink of an eye changes. It makes people hard. He captured his true heart. My son, the whole situation is like that. A barbarian who had just finished his report said, "Glasses please, help me lift the ban on you, so that the subordinates can continue to return next to you." This barbarian, it's the same person who was forced to take an loyalty in the business world. He's also a spy for the quad. Arranged in the trade fair. We didn't have time to escape. It was easily captured by reason. Center line sitting Thong Dong. And suddenly, with a cold laugh, it's interesting. Almost has been dethroned by heaven. You guys have passed. A full-bodied male covered in black. From the beginning, he has been quietly standing by. I'm just wondering right now. What does the gentleman mean? 6 lines of mine slightly laugh. God's will this time. It's not just pretending to be weak, but also deliberately exaggerating their prestige. But the more we do that, this proves that they are in a dangerous situation. Forced to take reckless measures to change the situation. It makes it difficult to judge. This strategy is a bit risky but also very effective. It is not at all like the personality of a child. It was definitely the intention of the Kyo. The man in black is a bit startled. I wonder how sure you are. He just smiled and said slowly, "For this missing one, there is a conjecture in my heart. I don't know if it's accurate or not. Hidden Mr. Long, please help me verify this. But first, let's help him lift the ban from that prohibition. Maybe we'll see some clues." All right, the black man nodded. Stand up slowly towards the martial artist Kia. The dancer rejoiced, hurriedly bowed respectfully to say thank you. "Thank you, Hidden Mr. Long." Then he immediately turned around. "Take off your shirt to reveal your solid back. There's a very complicated yellow scheme on it." Long stared for a long time. "Then lower your voice. This band is very subtle. But it doesn't make it hard to hide from me." He reached out his dry hands. Long pointed nails slowly stabbed the barber in the back. Hidden long to hand non-stop rendering. The French desi ancient fuck. Each sign in succession. Hit the blow to boo behind the back. And every time, it sends out a red light. People integrate into the boundary. Under the blood quang lan wide. It's forbidden to start moving as if starting. It's like something's about to be broken. A little bit of a trick for me. What is it that the terrified dragon is backing away? Then call the center line. This is. The trembling sound of the center line echoed. Long immediately raised his head. Look in his eyes. Stunned on the spot. Can't say a word. Only see Quang Gong due to the prohibition of is hovering high. In a moment of 4 big bright words. Prince center line, dare to meet once. Who broke this as a dog? Both centerline and hidden long. It's like being struck by lightning in the sky. Land panic filled my mind. The expression on your face can't be described in words. There are 8 more words hidden beneath the light. That proves it. The enemy didn't just detect the spy. I can guess the details. The heart will send someone to break the ban. It's an almost unbelievable kind of prediction. What's wrong with Mr. Long? The barbarian still doesn't understand what's going on. Slowly turn around. When I saw the faces of 2 people, I was stunned. In the eyes of the heart there is still terror. Can't be erased. I can only be amazed. This is ultimately why he never got his spirit back. At last, I ordered Mr. Long to hide. The fate of the Kia, you must immediately investigate for me. Yeah, we'll hide right away. Long could not hide the commotion in. His body had just disappeared in place. Suddenly, a stream of air in my heart flared up. The cold eyes flashed, didn't they?
You were looking forward to seeing me once. Then my heart will grant you that status. I'd also like to see it in the youth of the celestial world. How hard love is hidden after all. That very night, land gas filled the Moon Ocean City. Martial artists used to belong to the trade fair has moved to the heavens. The company began to act. Quick sweep. Destroy all 9 businesses. He left the league. If someone needs to kill. Anyone who can recover will immediately surrender. The whole process. There's almost no significant resistance. The 2 remaining trade unions unless there is a scaffold. All became terrified. No one dared to speak up. In the heart of Aya is also low. Worrying about your own safety. The intelligence lines are almost all night. Continuously send news updates every minute of the headquarters. Many businesses meet all night to discuss. Meanwhile, then he calmly rested for a quiet night. And the whole Moon Ocean City has started to riot because to land news as fast as the early sunshine. The first news is love. Feel indignant before the action of the Celestial
Attack
Business
the Allies
Association.
themselves.
Under the permission of the Long, and some of the core members of the Mercantile, he gave the highest authority to punish. Heaven Yuan Business Association. The second news comes from the dead. I agree falsely in the young class of Maoming. Center Line has actively invited Nam Fong to become the owner of
Then
Then
Pepper
Pepper came to
information.
Huang to hearing to meet. Paper on countless speculations and buzzing everywhere. First listen to Huang Tudong. It is the highest building in the Moon City. Property of the Quadrangle. It's a place where you can capture the entire city in plain sight. It's the ideal escape to play the recitation flute, painting and playing. I especially love the feeling of standing tall, to embrace the whole world in my bosom. According to the Lord's command, the fate of the rational has been moved throughout the entire Moon Ocean City. Now they're showing the picture. The best of the 10,000 bao long time has also been coordinated. Prepare to take action with the business world. At the top floor of the building, my heart is brewing tea. Long stood behind the newspaper and smiled with satisfaction. He has become a chess player, enough to make us pay attention to the game of chess this
in
Moon
song.
City. Now we have to see, the final goal is a formidable player, or just a clown. Jump a few steps and get swept off the board. The dragon's whole body is still hidden in the black cell. Quiet voice, to remind you of the reason, this goal doesn't seem simple. The city of the used to have 2 emperors. As far as I know, someone from the Holy Land appeared. Guys can't be taken lightly. The center line stops. Gently pour boiling water over the young tea leaves. Light land fragrance in the air. Work in the city of Fu. It's related to one of the 4 great visions. The sun is broken. Of course it will keep an eye on the sacred. There's a story about 2 kings showing up in there. There must be a lot of unknowns. We shouldn't speculate too much. Avoid messing up the situation, but no matter what, he's in this Moon City, no matter who he is. Dragon or tiger, all must lie at my feet. For hidden long nods. Even though Sao is only an owner in the south, maybe it doesn't make a big deal. The invitation has been sent, but I'm afraid my identity has been exposed. They are not sure if they dare to come. Don't laugh if he doesn't come. That makes people even more hopeful. All of a sudden, outside Huang Tudong, there's a good laugh. The same poem, Heaven Ancient Water Cam Hegemony, Bach Van Customers Axis. Except for T. First of all, the middle class. Space suddenly becomes twisted. 2 men slowly appeared, step by step without coming. 2 people slowly walked into the sand. The reason is not welcome. Naturally sit down, hand holding the cup of freshly brewed sugar tea. Take a drink and smile. Prince Centerline, I'm afraid you've thought too much. In the heart of the concussion. Quick glance at both reviews. The same reason to wear piercing. They're all superhuman. Vaguely secular escape has a bit of a pioneering spirit. Body as calm as no bear dust. So he reveals some of the lower parts himself. It doesn't seem like much fun. The cold voice. Most important thing to say is that the middle. The air is not small. Ancient Decam hegemony. You compare yourself to me. Have you flattered yourself too much? 6 reasons. Van Pepper laughed softly and said the heart line. I mean, I respect your face. If you don't need, I don't mind either. It really puts you in the palm of your hand. Mind line stupidity raw. See the calm attitude. It is as immovable as a mountain. He doesn't feel like the other person is joking, less like a famous fool. Someone who's a little rational. You can say such nonsense in front of him. He was stunned for a moment and suddenly laughed coldly. A small town owner from the south. I also dare to point my hand at the world in front of me. It's funny how people lose their teeth. The man really wants to see it. How are you going to pressure me? The air above Huang Tudong, gradually becoming suffocating. Korean land radiates every inch of space. In Li Vandiao's eyes flashed cold rays, then disappeared immediately. He laughed softly. It seems that we still have to talk with power. You insisted on being beaten. This stupid request. There is no reason not to respond. He patted the table. Boiling water in the kettle immediately shakes up in the air. Not fall down. That gradually condensed into the shape of a water dragon. Emit the echoing sound, and then straight to the center line. Yeah, kid's game. One of the great stars in front of me. It's no different than a stinky ant. The cold way of waving power. The tea in the pot turned into a car driving into the body of the water dragon. Immediately make it vanish. Turned into a field of dilute tea splashed on the ground. Oh, my heart's a little doubtful. Dragon had just been smashed by him. It doesn't just disappear immediately. That instead starts spinning in the middle of the air. Rolled tea water. Dissipation light glitter. As each thin sheet expands. And eventually formed a hydrosphere sparkling around him. Long behind him, though he did not see the divine, but on the slider, there's a ray of light. It's obviously amazing. It's a little interesting. But skill, even if it's subtle, is just skill. You still don't understand why. The heart line is cold, doesn't seem satisfied. Because a trick can't break the enemy. Light appeared in his hands. A small white ball appears, emitting a soft light. And it's quickly morphed into countless sparks of light. Shoot out in 4 or 8 directions. Hydrosphere caused by condensed tea immediately punctured hundreds of thousands of small holes. I can't keep my shape anymore, falling down into helpless drops of water. Li Yunzi smiled softly. My finger tapped softly on the table. From the water droplets disintegrating, the spirits suddenly converged again, turned into a phoenix, splendidly dancing in the air, and then we're going straight to the center line. Is that enough? His angry heart is loud. A fire broke out in his hands, quickly condensed into firepower, and roared to welcome the phoenix. The heat wave was blowing through the top floor. Listen to Huang Tu coming. Even the fragrant teapot just now was burned and evaporated. No more a drop. Ha ha, don't worry, I'm just kidding. You want to get angry again. It's a pity that Kia's delicious teapot. There's no more to drink now. Li Vandao laughed softly with a calm attitude. It seems to be all in his hands. It's causing the mind's cord to vibrate violently. It's just a little fight. Immediately fell into the wind. Makes the vagueness of the mind feel irritated. Though, in his heart, he also became disillusioned with the color of the face becomes much more muted. Li Venzi calmly spoke. I come to you not to fight, but want to discuss cooperation. Duong Tam laughed sarcastically. Ha ha. A small city lord in the southern region, and dare to open your mouth to ask to cooperate with me. Li Ventiu looked at the fool, chuckled and said cooperation to save face for you. I actually want to command you. As for the so-called qualifications, since the incident in Wufeng City, it seems that someone deliberately sabotaged the
making it
teleportation
impossible
array.
For concubine
Moon
to
City,
return to the palace.
But coincidentally, we are holding some relevant evidence. Duong Tam pretended to be naive. His voice was cold as ice. Is there such a thing? Why are we completely unaware? So you are threatening me? You think that evidence of yours convincing enough for AI? When Bao Lao turned against me because of that. Then Li Ventu calmly raised 2 fingers and said, and the second thing is the story of life experience in the demon source. Are you interested in hearing? Heart line in the heart shock. Eyes narrowed, cold voice rang out. What does his business have to do with me? Should we care about the fact that our police chief smears Joe chaff out? Li Ventiu laughed heartily and said, you were called. Tongue is the foremost scholar in the young generation
Men,
of
but
merchants. Clearly all talk and no action. I thought talking to smart people will save a lot of time. But look, Ra found the wrong person. You are not worthy to cooperate with me. Li Ventiu stood up and left. Tang Xin's face changed instantly. Angry shout, the matter has not been finished. You think you want to come, then come. Want to go, then go star. Long gently shook his body. Right away, a stream of black air from all four directions of Huang. The sun rose brightly on the dance floor, suddenly replaced by waves of creepy wind. But the small cross changes color. Face showed rare seriousness. Also seems to be very wary of Long. 5 fingers, right hand clenched so hard that bones creaked. Resounding, a powerful sword energy erupted from the palm of his hand. Sword energy carrying pressure radiated from the tower. Via collided violently with the black air that was oppressing the spiritual power spreads everywhere. The heart is terrified. Look towards Maktu Zion. Around the person vaguely appeared a set of armor. Quick body, to avoid getting caught up in the secret fight between two people. Li Yunxiao in the midst of intense spiritual fluctuations. Still calmly open mouth. Center line. Before Kia I had high hopes for you. So now the 7 echoes are even greater. If you are still so stupid, the first person eliminated from this game, it is definitely you. Dark face. Eyes wavering as if struggling fiercely. He raised his hand to signal and Long to stop and said through gritted teeth, Li Yunxiao, I was a bit abrupt just now. If you do not mind, I will have someone prepare a new pot of tea. Can we talk slowly again? Li Yunxiao smiled and calmly replied, We'll give you one chance. Better not let me down again. The tense atmosphere gradually eased. Spring water as quickly reboiled. The fragrant tea leaves gradually dissipated. Li Yunxiao reward tea in a relaxing and enjoyable way. Gloomy face. Asked Li Yunxiao in a low voice. Don't die. What happened in the end in love origin? I investigated and found out you were there at that time. Seems to be the one who followed along the journey. Li Yunxiao smiled and replied, It's not a big deal, just like the rumors outside. It's about Lin Michi true. What does the 7 meridians of the heart say? Even the hidden dragon was shocked. The body in the black robe trembled slightly, eyes flashing nonstop. Proves that it is difficult to keep calm. The heart line of the face is extremely dark. Each word is heavy. The real Chu appears now in Ai's hands. Li Yunxiao leisurely drank a few sips of tea. Just put the cup down. His composure makes the heart want to draw the sword and slash right there. Slowly hidden dragon suddenly shouted in a deep voice, then said someone was eavesdropping. His dry arm pointed straight out of the Vu building. A dark ray tore through the air, form a sharp black line. Powerfully cut through space more than 100 meters away. The surrounding space immediately sank. Make the whole Huang to Tahir transformed in a flash like heaven and earth turned upside down. A loud break sound came from afar. Hidden dragon's air attack was blocked back in midair. Next is a series of buzzing sounds that continue to ring, like a mystical weapon being violently shaken under the recent attack. The echo makes the listener's head hurt and ears ache. Right in front of that black water, in the hazy space, show an object that is shaking continuously. Make all eyes immediately focus. I can't believe it's a bad card. That's what surprised people. It's that ugly Kim that looks very normal. It's really just a common currency. It's not a weapon. Like that. But it can prevent a hidden airlock. Long enough to see that its owner is powerful. How big is it? Sheet needle bad under the concussion has deformed and emit the never-ending sound of bees. A man who dies without reaching out. 2 fingers gently grip the coin. Immediately stopped the vibration, he sighed heartily. This gold plate can buy a whole bunch of eggs boiled in an iced tea shop. Now, who's here for me? The air suddenly twists and trembles. 2 people came out of it one by one. The man who's in love with Kim goes bad in the back, just walking and muttering. The leader of the flaming gas turn around and reproach, stop working. Let people laugh now. His eyes glanced over, not paying attention to the center line. It directly stops on the human. A spark of provocation flashed in his eyes, said coldly, dry rivers, eroding water from the mountains. Also, the reason is that we finally meet again. Don't let your child shrink violently. His eyes trembled at the 2 people who had just appeared. Immediately couldn't hide the unspeakable horror of the championship. Rumor has it that you are in love with the 7 senses. It turned out to be real. A breakthrough across a vast world. The one who just arrived is the champion. The atmosphere is different before Kia. He grinned with a cold smile. It all comes with the help of the rational, however. His eyes were as sharp as a knife. But what I regret the most is that time. Leaving love too early. Missed the opportunity to low Chichu out. Li Vandao, I'm really curious how the situation turned out. Only for words Chichu echoed like a mysterious curse. That made the whole crowd of people in the audience suddenly become serious and tense. Li Venzi laughed softly. You owe me 11 million pieces of raw material. If you want to hear it, pay your debts first. On the champion's facade a glimpse of suffering. But think again. Thanks to the 7 principles of the law, that he understood the full martial will of the emperor. And then, thanks to countless geologic geniuses, to the peak of the wind. And then supported by the great masters in Buddhism, can Lake Top break the peace into the universe. The debt is also worth it. I think that the championship money is no longer regretful. Take out a bag of letters and throw them for the reason. Here are 11 raw materials. His eyes glowed, and he muttered with jealousy. Champion brother, exchange a 7-star fruit for 11 sterling stones. That's a big deal. Champions don't care. He looked coldly at the reason, and made it less complicated. What is the story of Lin Chichu? For way to eat soup cup gagged. Second time ignored by the enemy. One feel very embarrassed for a while. He was angry and angry about winning the championship. Do not think that to the level of the universe can be proud. Even if it's only 1 star, don't tell me. Even our great CA failed. It can easily kill you. The champion looked at him with contempt, smiling coldly, claiming to be the first trick. In my eyes, he is nothing more than an evil clown. Only constantly improving their own strength. Walking on the path of martial arts peak, it is the way of eternal change. In this respect, you are far from life. Your face is full of anger. Trying to suppress the cold anger, that's fine. The words you said today, my heart will remember. Your future and I will definitely win. The champion with a cold face didn't notice. Turn to reason and talk. Tell me everything you know in detail. She looked at the two arguing. Smile and then say, you both seem to want to know. For championship money and heart line at the same time from. I don't know what he means, but still nods. Li Yanzi clapped his hands with a light smile. Good if you all want to be with me. It's easy to do. The championship is a bit of a shock. My cold eyes laughed and said, I know you don't open your mouth easily. Next to the bridge if it is not clear today. You thought you could get out of here alive. His word just ended. The atmosphere at the Hongthu auditorium was like a string again. Just explodes. He laughed and said, Champion. Just now, your heart is as strong as yours. Better sit down and have a sip of tea. How about we get out of here? It's not your turn to care. What you should care about is, in what state is the life path currently under siege? You both have big dreams, but be careful. Don't get kicked off the door at any time. Send off the champion coldly say let's be HOA. Don't expect more good from me. I just asked not to. Whether or not you can finally achieve Lin Chichu. On Li Vantiu's face appeared a look of dissatisfaction. In water hand, he cooled down immediately. Coldly said champion brother. Look, we cannot be happy. Keep playing. This is no longer a matter of farewell. Goodbye. This move can also play with the heart line a bit. In front of me, all kinds of tricks are stupid. Money champion on the field of force open Ra. In the golden hand flashed, Ra seal. Immediately headed towards Li Vantiu and hit him. Coldly said Li Yunxiao. I am also curious. What level are you at now? Are you qualified to fight with me? The champion suddenly made a move. The situation immediately became urgent. But behind, third place, still holding the coin to enjoy the winding. Sometimes glare at and long. Blame him for destroying his precious currency. But the little girl is cold, suspended in midair. Even actively retreat, to make space for the people to attack. As long as the martial emperor powerhouse does then not he does not action. Need to intervene. Li Vantiu's expression remained calm, looked like nothing happened. Completely indifferent to the champion's seal. Just wait for the hand to strike out a palm. The wind and clouds immediately gathered to block the power of the seal. The former champion knew clearly about Li Vantiu's strength, so don't act too surprised. Just cold for an hour.
then changed the seal in the hand. The golden light immediately converged into a blade of light, unexpectedly cut the storm force. Li Yunxiao remained calm as usual, hands make some weird poses. Gently touch with 2 fingers. Immediately squeeze the sword light in his hand. This time, the 3 uncles and the hidden dragon changed their expressions at the same time. There is a weak stream of the law of the force of heaven flashed around his hand. Although faint, they cannot be overlooked, making both of them extremely scared. The former champion was equally terrified, originally thought to be promoted to martial then somehow lord. Can overwhelm Li Yunxiao 1 level, but now discovered force field, no effect on the opponent. Opposite, still had the force in Li Yunxiao's 2 fingers, made his heart beat abnormally fast. Retreat, the champion softly shouted. The knife carries Kia in the blink of an eye, instantly disappears between the fingers, digested into nothingness. I don't think so since the breakup at Tuji-san. Your strength still makes us look with different eyes. Know that you cannot immediately suppress the opponent. This fight doesn't need to continue. Li Yunxiao said with a smile. So can how talk. The 3 former champions nodded and sighed. You have proven yourself worthy. Tell me how you intend to deceive us. Just don't overdo it, we will satisfy you. Li Yunxiao bitterly smiled. Invincible brother. That word is not in accordance with conscience. The 7-fruit tree brings you. The benefits far exceed the value you pay. Same this time. We know the inside story, and what we bring to you. Certainly well beyond the price you pay. See the fight end. The heart line cannot help but have a little sigh. Hope. Say it directly, young Master Van. Do you really like to beat around the bush like that? Li Yunxiao laughed. Haha, okay. The real condition is very simple, you to know my identity. Then of course also know my position, the Nguyen Chamber of Commerce. We will definitely protect, but because of the young master's heart, you reveal my identity. Make heaven. The former Chamber of Commerce was pushed into the middle of the storm. You have to help me solve this BA. Frown line. You did it yourself. No to the risk. President of the Nguyen Chamber of Commerce. What does it have to do with me? Don't use fabricated stories to put the blame on me. Li Yunxiao gently hit the table and said with a smile, what ultimately leads to risk now not important. The important thing is how to solve it. This is what you need to do. Exchange for intelligence of the path of life. Not able. Coldly said the champion, spat out for words. The Nguyen Chamber of Commerce. This time meat is the most natural revenge. Furthermore, behind there is also the Van Bao Lao tacitly agreeing to almost the attitude and stance of the entire business community. As we come out, thoroughly bring the entire Ming trade divided into 2 factions. Clear distinction, deepening internal conflicts of the Ming dynasty. The consequences are difficult to predict. Duong Tam also nodded and said yes. This is a big deal, so let's discuss it carefully. Li Yunxiao shook his head angrily and said, is it possible that the heavens want the heavenly Yuan Chamber of Commerce to be the most heavenly? It's just a weapon for people. If they knew, Law Section Trade Association, get out of their control soon. But listen to your heart. Don't know. Are they still excited to deal with the business world, or not? Purring, Khan's heart has a few revelations. Without this word, there is no fire, there is smoke. I don't know where to hear the little news. You can't deduct responsibility like that. Little News. Li then revealed a smiling expression. Those people are in my hands. They all say that in unison. You are angry in your heart. He said angrily, this kind of irresponsible news, I don't know from which unscrupulous devil. So that the 4 extremes face the most heavenly opposition. It's impossible. But I missed coming here today. I admire it deeply. I deliberately want to connect with someone less than once. Go like that. I'll secretly lend you some force. I will help you against the best. This is the limit we can do well. The champion laughed coldly. You say your heart is generous enough. Maybe our championship money isn't worth the deal. Your heart line. SAO is not equal to helping a few forces go. 6 reasons why you said to. Why do you help God's people? Through this life. If not about loading a chi, Chuan, the story of heaven and earth, love the great power, you don't have a chance. What? It's bringing you to the throne, heaven and earth, great power, love. It's very difficult to look up. Hard to control feeling born in the heart, They seem to think of something. It's hard to calm down. He bit his teeth and talked about God's will. Death will be perfect. Don't clap your chest and say a word that won't pass me by. He said, don't worry, don't worry. I was looking for you to pull out the whole thing. I don't know how to win. Cold championship money, it's about heaven and earth and love. I'm not interested. We just need to know that. Where is Chichu now? Be a reason. Van Pepper gently laughed. Stand up and say to things. If you are interested in hearing the old story, God's people are waiting for the good news. You all get news from my place. Goodbye to chat with Chuan Tianmin. It makes people difficult. I admire the talented martial arts world a lot. I was removed. Ha ha. He looked up at the sky and laughed. Immediately urinal membranes pierced into Kwang carry away. Long's hidden body moved slightly. I want to chase you, but I'm blocked. He said let him go. Although chasing can't do anything, waiting for the news. Hidden Long deep voice dude. This person is too deep. I rarely see it. More recently, the action, the power also seems to go beyond. The outside looks so simple. I am afraid this person will be a great opponent of you later. 3 lines of mine look through the money, said champion guy. What should this be like? Cool championship money, tell me what you can be. I want his intelligence. You have to do what he says. The reason is the reason. Nothing has changed compared to when I was in San Francisco. It's even more risky. But we have nothing to do with this. Our desires the great power. There are few good friends in this world. Bad use is the enemy. You recently called yourself smart. Maybe it's not clear why Kiasao. 3 reasons to go back to work. Champions say an hour. Then I took my body and disappeared. Directly dissipated in the air. The man looked coldly at the 2 of them. In humans, it stops being important. Face color is extremely unsightly. You don't really want to wear a suit. Long hidden is difficult to receive. Not content to say. I offered to arrest him directly. I don't believe in forcing out the news I need. Don't worry about the base. Slowly say out to big aggressive. Dante talk to me is very important. They think it can be controlled. He only went on 1 trip. When I came back, I couldn't see. More. There are many, and a few mystic helpers. I guess it is the love that the reason, Van Pepper said. If we don't guess wrong, he's paying for a lot of resources. Last time I asked the Senate to investigate, consider the discovery of resources flowing more than into before the path of several life. 100 times. Several hundred times more. Shocked by the sheer number of people like that. In the subject of making so arbitrarily maybe used. It's the cold shoulder that worries me. I'm just afraid he's been approved by his father. Therefore, it is arbitrary to coordinate resources. But if you think about your father, don't be afraid to keep the evil one. Maybe it's really Chichu. This kind of speculation isn't very likely, but I can't so. If he really gets the job done, that's Chichu. Big annoyance. The baseline goes back to this. Even if our minds don't do anything, Maze Kim is our man. The sand is just idiots. Currently, pay full attention to the movements of the sand. If there's a request for help, immediately send people to the market to help the business community. Our intelligence, no matter what, must also be achieved. 2 people quickly disappear into the void. There's only the smell of tea around. At this time, a shadow appeared on the spot. There are flashes around the body. The body slowly stops being real. Finally, down to the eyes. I looked up at the chair he was sitting on. Li Vandia. What does he have to do with the ocean? Or is he the old lady? The man's face slowly revealed. That's right, the 3 elders of Wuvan. His eyes are abnormal. Glancing around, I used my familiarity with him. It's a little bit like his work style. Moreover, the other person is indeed wearing piercing. Is it possible that the reason for this is that Yang